time others are joining, you can introduce yourself. Good evening, Rita ma'am.
Good evening, Ravindra ma'am.
Good evening. Sir, may I start? Okay, I'm starting the meeting. I'm going to share my PPT. I hope it is visible.
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Okay, thank you. So today's topic is experiential learning or active learning. It is same. It is by me, Ravinder Kaur. I am Ravinder Kaur, AIF Master Trader and SNTT's resource person. I welcome you all to this webinar where we will be learning all about active learning and not about passive, because we all are doing active learning in our classes. So this is sort of a revision only for all of us. So let us do it. It is said that if we give lecture, how much learning is done? Only 5%. If the reading is done, then it takes 10%. When audiovisual aids are shown, it is learning is 20%. And when demonstration takes place, it is your retention is 30%. And during discussions, it is 50%. And practice during that time 75%. And 90% when we teach others. So it is very important to have active learning, isn't it? I hope everybody agrees on this point. I would like you people to respond in between. So this is the picture I want everybody to answer. What do you see in the picture?
Elephant.
Ma'am, elephant is sitting in the classroom where the
The
kids
class.
are also sitting in the same classroom.
Yes. So what do we understand?
Elephant is also keen to
Elephant is a
learn
hindrance for
something.
others.
One by one,
Ma'am,
please.
different
Elephant
methods
is a
of learning for different people.
This is like, see, some children are staying away from the elephant. Some are this side. Some are trying to peep. So what does it show? What is it trying to tell the picture?
Ma'am, some of them are not accepting the visual that elephant is also sitting in the same classroom.
Yes, not accepting. So this is called an elephant in the classroom. An elephant in the classroom is a big problem. That is a hindrance. See, children cannot see properly as the elephant is sitting, right? So this is a saying, it is a phrase, it is said that when there is an elephant in the classroom, it means there is a big problem in learning. So our passive learning is like that only. Our passive learning is like an elephant in the classroom. So it is important for all of us to understand that how much experiential learning is and how we should conduct in our classes. So active learning. Active learning is an instructional method that engages students in the learning process. It requires students to participate meaningfully rather than passively receiving information. As we have seen that if there is only lecture method, then learning is very less, only 5% or 10% only. If the children learn by doing, then of course the learning is meaningful, and children develop their ideas, they develop problem solving instinct, and they develop cooperation, teamwork, everything. So the active learning focuses on learning by doing, so experiential learning. Why use active learning? Now, this is our question. Why we have to use active learning? It improves retention and understanding, isn't it? If we are only telling the student to read or not to do anything, then the child cannot solve the things. Child will just be a mute reader. Okay. And when we make the group and then we assign the topics to the children for flip learning and for discussion and for any team, other work, other projects. So retention is always better. It builds critical thinking and problem solving skills. Naturally, when children get together and they ponder upon one topic, then they try to find out the solutions also. So it is this active learning, experiential learning starts your critical thinking and it develops your problem solving skill, increases student motivation. The student gets the interest in the project. The student gets how to work in a team. Student gets how to present the things in a classroom, and then encourages collaboration and communication. Communication, as it is an important tool, that is also elaborated and developed by experiential learning and collaboration. Okay, now our next point is core elements or active learning. Now, students, there are different approaches that we will see. Student-centered approach. We see this is the approach where teacher is not centered, where is student-centered. See, you can see the children, people sitting in a group where they are trying to discuss about the topic and get reach to some conclusion. Collaboration and discussion. When a topic is given to prepare the presentation or to prepare the project, children get together in groups. It is the work of the teacher to divide the class into groups and assign one topic. And simple topic, it can be a simple topic, it can be a difficult topic also. Like there are some projects given to the children to go on the fields and then collect the data from there. So that becomes very, very interesting for the children to actually see the geography and to feel what are the important factors about growing crops and all. And discussion. Now, discussion is also very important. Group discussion leads to the problem solving skills. So, this should be done in the classes regularly. Application of the concepts. When everything is resolved, we have reached to the results, then application is also important. Reflection and feedback. After that, after the class has been completed, it is important to understand what we have understood in the process. Supposing flip learning has taken place where the students they present the topic in front of the class and they present PPTs and they can present even the experiments. Then feedback is important. So let us see after the class what is the learning, what learning has taken place and how it is working. Now there are many popular activities. Such activities, now we will talk about the think pair with the class. Now students think individually. Now this is the activity where the student think individually, discuss with a partner, then share with the class. This activity. And then there is another activity, that is jigsaw activity. In this, what happens is each student becomes an expert on one part. Supposing the teacher has given a group a particular topic. So out of that particular topic, one student will become the expert, and that expert will take the class of the other group, and teach over there any topic. Plus, after that, it can come again to its own group also and teach the topic. So that is called jigsaw activity with the students. Then the more you teach, the more you become expert in learning also. So this is very interesting activity to be done. Role plays, students are doing different role plays, not only in English but also in social science also, and different other subjects. They are playing different roles out of their lessons, and then they sometimes they dramatize drama also in the class, so that increases their interest. They develop so much of insight that how the playwright had written and what all has been done. Next activity is brainstorming, that is quick idea generation to activate prior knowledge. It is important that how you develop a topic is given in the class, and children are asked to give their own suggestions. So that becomes very interesting topic, and children learn and in a very fast manner. Now gallery walk. Gallery walk is a very good activity in which the teacher motivates the students to form different stations. On different stations there are different posters, and the concerned topics they are displayed. Supposing one chapter we take, out of that any important factors are there of history, we can say, or even from English class 11th we can take some of the topics where the students, supposing there are 5 groups in the class, so 5 groups will prepare their own posters. They will prepare their own episodes, timeline. It can be their dresses of that time of the heroes, or it can be how the people were working at that time. So in the different stations they have different types of displays and posters. Then the students go one by one to the different stations and they collect the information from there. So in this manner what happens is the children, those who are preparing the posters, they also get into activity and they learn, and the children those who are coming and observing, they also get to know different things and elaborated things about the particular topic. So that is gallery walk. Any doubts over here? Anybody wants to ask something? Yes, dear educators.
You have explained very well. I understood everything. But in my class, I generally do show and tell methods. So will it come in the category of brainstorming also?
Brainstorming
When the
can come. So that is when we take one, but we in brainstorming normally we show picture also.
okay.
Picture is shown to the children, and then they we ask the other children to give their own ideas. That is
Okay,
right.
because I deal with the smaller children, na? Because
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
why I was just telling the show and tell method. The children bring their object from home and they talk about it because it beneficial point is it builds communication skills or confidence.
Very good, ma'am. Very good. That is very nice. See, that what I started in the beginning of the webinar, I said that all the things we are already doing, but let us revise all the things. So it is good that we are revising. Thank you for telling all those things, please.
Right, ma'am.
Yeah. Now, there is example of this think and share. That is think, pair, and share. Okay. So how to do this? One question is asked in the class. Okay, ask an open-ended question in the class. Give students 1 to 2 minutes to think. Then after thinking, see, you can see this class is passive learning and the other class is active learning, where the child is interested and child is trying to tell something, right? So pair up students to discuss their thoughts. Volunteers share ideas with the class. So first is think. question is open-ended question is asked in the class, then you have to pair two children so that they can discuss their answers, what they will be telling, and then they share. So this is think, pair, and share. Pair your students to discuss their thoughts, and volunteers share ideas with the class. So it so happens that the volunteers, one by one, they come and share their thoughts on any given topic, whichever has been asked in the class. So now other activity is hand-on activities. Experiments, there are experiments done. Now model building is done in all the subjects. It is done in the science, it is done even in the geography, and it is done in other parts, other subjects also. I have seen children building in maths also, and in English also. So by building the models, the children are able to connect themselves with the topic a great lot, and the learning, their motor learning is also taking place, plus their teamwork, plus their way of projecting the things is also enhanced. Real life stimulation. So the models, they are giving you the real life stimulation, how the things are how the things are taking place. See, in the picture also you can see the huts are being made. Okay, so projecting the particular area. So that is real life stimulations are done in the classes. Then problem solving task. There are different problems which are given, so they are also at very moment discussed in the class and taken care of. So other things are also that classroom games. There are classroom games which can be done like quizzes, and we play like in the maths classes also. I have seen people playing tambola, asking some words, in then the corner is cut, and like that. So tambola is played, and in English also this you can do this game, like you can prepare some cheats with you with the columns of the spellings and all, and while reading, when you are reading the text and the those words which are coming, you can cut, and like this, in this manner you can play tambola in the class. So that is very interesting activity done, and the English classes, they become very interesting like that. So quizzes and puzzles, they can also be done in the classroom. Now technology based activity, how do we conduct that? So we, during COVID time, we have seen that how much we were all active on the online classes. So this is the same thing over here. Kahoot and quizzes for interactive quizzes. See, Kahoot is a site where you can prepare different types of activities, quizzes you can prepare. On quizzes also you can prepare. You have to just write www.kahoot.com, and there you will get the link, and you open that and you can make different, there are pictures also. With the help of those pictures you can prepare the quiz and different quizzes for your children, and you can then show them on online classes. They will definitely be able to solve them, and they will enjoy their activity in the class. Padlet for collaborative brainstorming. Now I hope everybody knows about Padlet. Padlet is a
No, ma'am.
yes, ma'am. Padlet is a screen where supposing I am in the activity, I am taking this class, so I can share my Padlet in the chat box. Over there, the link I can share, and then it will show on the screen that uh, how you can write on the Padlet. So there is a plus sign at the bottom. When you press the, you touch the plus sign over there, so you can get the text to write. So by that, everybody, like 40 children are there, they can all write on the Padlet. So that shows the interest also of the student, that increases their way of writing different informations. and the teacher herself can find out that how good the children are. In the same way, Google Jamboard for real-time idea sharing. Jamboards we have already been using for writing, and the maths teacher have been using Jamboards for solving their maths solutions and all. Their sums they had been doing on that, and still whenever we have any online class, we still use that Jamboard. And virtual breakout rooms, that is, you can see in the picture, that is the classrooms are there. So through classrooms only different activities are conducted. I hope I am clear, dear educators. Any question?
Very clear you are. Very clear.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Okay, now active learning in large classes. So sometime when we right now have talked about the online classes, now about the large classes. Use clickers or polls. Now you have to use the poll that who wants to be in this group, who wants to be in the other group. So that way you have to first do the polling. Then small group discussions. So it is small group like different maybe you can form 10 groups out of the 40 children, and then they can discuss different topics. Normally it was done in my school. So that time the children really enjoyed, and they are so expert, you will not understand like from where they have got the information. You will find very surprising that this information I have not shared, but children already know about it. So this is only the method of making the children get involved in the things, and the children are there and they will be doing the things. So that is very fruitful activity, this group discussion is. And peer instructions, like flip learning is peer instructions. Flip learning is when the student is taking the class and the student is presenting the PPT, student is doing experiments, students, maybe two students together, they are presenting the PPT and making the class learn. So children find it very interesting. They are full of enthusiasm and the excitement when they are doing this activity. Think, write, and share using notebooks or apps. So you have to, one topic is given to you, some storyline has been given to you. So you have to think over that. It is not the story you have already learned. It is the new storyline which is being given to you. You write that and then you share in the class. So that also gives a good idea. Plus, there is another idea like you give a story line to the children, and one line one child is speaking, the other child, the second person is speaking. So they go on adding the lines. So in the end what happens, a big story is formed. So that is also very interesting topic for us to be conducted in the classes, and children really enjoy doing, because I have already done this in the class. So there are challenges also, and there are solutions also. Whenever we conduct different activities, there are different challenges. So first is time management. It is very important that we manage the time properly. So that is like the activity should not activities well. So that means within the limited time, these two children will among the children, how will you children should be assigned properly beforehand only, and then they should rotate in the class. And see, one topic has been given to one group, it can be given to the other group next time. So they all get the chance to speak on particular topic. Classroom space. Now use flexible seating or virtual tools. See, you can see this classroom which is in the picture is not of that particular classroom which we have benches and all. You can have this round table arrangement also, so that children can look at each other properly, and they can discuss and do the work. So it is important that different types of sitting arrangement, like for group discussion also, we arrange in such a manner our classroom that the children look at each other in a round shape. All the children sit together and then they do their class discussion. It is little bit of time taking, but it takes it does lots of good things. Now we come to conclusion. Active learning transforms passive listeners into active participants. And this, we all know this, that after conducting so many activities in the class, naturally your children will be very, very smart. A variety of engaging activities can make learning fun and meaningful. So it is important that not only passive listening, the children should engage themselves in doing different activities and meaningful activities so that they are all the time engaged in good work. Start small, reflect often, and build a student-centered classroom. So it is important that you start first by small activities, then you reflect upon that how the other activity which is there, which can be conducted, and it can build a student-centered classroom. It should not be the teacher-centered. It should be the your student-centered classroom where students are taking active part in different activities and the learning is taking place. Thank you very much. I have shared maximum activities. If anybody is having any doubt, can ask.
I would like to ask.
Yes, ma'am.
It is like, yes, activities we can do. It's got active learning and everything all said and done. Very good. But what about the discipline of the class with 40
Yes, ma'am.
students? Even
Sometimes it happens that discipline it as is at risk. But what happens is when you assign properly in the group the points to the children, then it is easy. Because if the little bit of like it in the beginning, when you are saying that group discussion we have to do in the beginning, there will be a little bit of noise when the children are arranging their desk and all that. It is there, doubt is always there, but naturally ultimately they all sit in group silently, because keep the point that if any indiscipline is there, then what will happen is their marks will go. So keep them under this, under the criteria of getting the marks. When they are thinking of their marks, then definitely they will listen to you. There will be no indiscipline. I hope so.
all right.
Yes,
It was
ma'am.
a nice session, very informative, very good. Enjoyed it and learnt. Thank you.
Thank you, Rita, ma'am. Others, please ask something. Any other point?
No, ma'am, indeed, it was a beautiful session. All doubts were cleared. So there's nothing as much to ask. Wherever the doubts were arised, you have upfrontly cleared it. So it was quite interesting session, ma'am. And we'll definitely work on the uh, examples, the activities which you have
Yes,
mentioned.
ma'am. I see some of them. It is not that I have just given the example in the here in the webinar. It is not that I have
I
experimented
know you
those
might have
things.
tried it by yourself also, and then
Yes,
you're sharing your experiences.
yes. I have experimented some of the thing, group discussion, flip learning, think, pair and share. All these things are already experimented. Jigsaw activity, they are the one which you can always do. They are the simple ones. Only the names are like that. The best, which I like very much, is the gallery talk. Where the children are going to different stations, and they are understanding all the different aspects. Like Silk Route in 11th, they can do. And the other, topics like social studies topics, they can be
Yes,
very well done
ma'am.
in the class. So it is very interesting for them. And when children, they are making projects and presenting, you should see how their eyes are sparkling. It is so good for them. And if you are just giving lecture in the class and no other experiments are being taken place, so what happens? It's not interesting at all for them. They start yawning, I think.
Yes, ma'am, because they have various of things to get all these things, lecture and all. They can,
Yes.
they are very hands-on notes are available on the net and all. So we have to be
Yes,
something.
ma'am. They are very expert. They bring the things whichever they require, and much more information they bring from for themselves. So
Yeah,
it
they
is,
are proactive, ma'am. Nowadays, they are very proactive. They know ma'am is going to start which lesson. So half of the study they do it by themselves only.
yes, that is what is the smart child is called. Yes,
Yeah.
that is true, ma'am. Any other idea
Thank you.
anybody wants to discuss?
Ma'am, congratulations. Very well said and
Archana ma'am, good evening, ma'am.
good evening. Very nicely presented, ma'am. Very impressed. Thank you so much for all these. Though I'm not teaching, but I found them very useful. Thank you so much for.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Any other person, please? Any other question?
Yeah, Ravinder ma'am, I would request you to kindly give the audience a glimpse about our Train the Trainer session, because our new session is starting from 2nd of August. In case someone is interested, they might find it useful.
Yes, sir. See, at training which I have taken and which other teachers, those who have taken under Sir Ravikant sir, so it is this training is really fruitful. Teacher, see, today I am able to speak and present my ideas because I had taken training under him. He is giving in such a nice manner, like as if you are a student in the class, and he is treating you like a student, and then he is making a trainer out of you. So that is the best thing to happen. And like we are talking about the um, this activities which are supposed to be done. It is not lecture method. His method is not lecture method. His method is learning by doing. So and all the points, not only online webinars, but also when you go outside offline webinar or offline sessions also, he has made us, very confident. So it is my request to all of you that if you feel like joining, sir, so you should definitely join. It is really fruitful. Thank you very much for making a part of your group, Ravi sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Yeah. So, dear participants, I am sharing the link of the webinar group in the chat box. So, those who are not a part of our webinar group can join, because we will be posting the daily webinars over there, and you can access them very well. That is one thing. And second thing is that, as you all know, we have sessions